What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Nikky Nicole, the real princess of R&B, and I'm here with the one and only DJ Malone.
Keep it live.
Yo, this is Travis Scott.
Wham. It's your boy, Lil Baby.
This is Drizzy Drake.
With Chi-Town Urban Radio.
It's the one and only DJ Malone, man. How you guys doing? Chicago 77.3, the best place to be at on any day, man. Make sure you guys check us out, man. We're on Roku TV, Alexa, and just about anywhere. Make sure you download that Chicago 77.3 app and everything else like that. But today, man, I want to, you guys know, I love bringing you people who are just really on their grind and people I just really want to talk to and get to know, man. So this next person I got coming up, she has a song. Well, she has been really on her grind, man, but I really want her to tell you in her own words. Nikky Nicole, what's going on?
Hi, what's up? It is South Carolina's very own princess of R&B, Nikky Nicole.
How you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling good. Thank you so much for having me.
Definitely, man. I want my listeners to get to know about you, man, and you have a very sweet soul about you, which I really like. And
thank you so much.
Let's go into a time machine real quick. Let's go into in this time machine. So where did this all start and begin?
Okay. Really, Nikky Nicole was birthed after Nicole started singing in church. Little me started singing in church when I was about 7 years old. And that's where I really got to know music and understand music and music orchestration. And, as time went on, I kind of found my own voice through exploring different genres of music. And that's how I developed my alter ego, Nikky Nicole. And from there, I just kind of built my own sound, and I really started writing and making sure people understood who I was through my music. So, yeah, it started off in church, but that's how I started into what it is now.
So, in church, now, were you part of the choir and everything?
I did start off just singing with the choir, and the more, my family and the members of the church realized I actually, had a voice, and I knew how to lead a choir, and I knew how to move a crowd. That's when they were like, oh, yeah, you're going to start singing solo. And that's when I kind of learned the effect my music had on people. The effect my voice had on people, and how I was able to tell stories through music and, make people feel my emotions through my music.
I like that, man. And so performing and moving a crowd, man. It kind of goes hand in hand with, because that's what we do. It's entertainment. We want to move people, right, make them feel good, and make them feel, because we don't realize how much music is a key note to that, huh?
Yes, it really is.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think it brings people together. I really do. I think music really has a ton of healing power, and it brings different people from all different type of backgrounds together. So that's what I love about it.
Definitely, man. Definitely. So where are you from initially? Where are you from?
Columbia, South Carolina, baby. 803. Okay. I'm an 803 baby all day long.
So, now, and I've been to North Carolina. I've been to Raleigh. I've been to, different parts of North Carolina. I haven't been to South Carolina. So, that's home of Charlemagne the God, and a lot of people coming out of the Carolinas, like J. Cole, The Baby. Mm-hmm. I always forget her name, man. She's a cold MC, but, describe to us about South Carolina. How is that living out there?
South Carolina's a little slow, but we are a growing city. And I feel like that's a big reason we're slept on as far as entertainment and stuff goes. We have a lot of talent here. But yeah, we're a city, but we have that small town feel still. I think that's why we breed such humble superstars. I love to call the people from here at humble superstars, because, we get big, but we never forget where we come from. And that's my goal. Like, no matter how big I get, I always, give my respects to South Carolina, and I actually go to an HBCU here in South Carolina that Charlamagne actually, donates and helps a lot with. I go to South Carolina State University. So, I'm South Carolina through and through all day long. We got that small town feel, that love, that's who we are. The hospitality, one of a kind. You got to come here. Like, I've been to South Carolina.
In school and everything. What are you studying in school right now?
I'm studying business management.
Okay, that's dope then. I like that. I like to hear that. How do you think that intertwines with the entertainment business?
Oh, that's a great question. I think that business management is essential to the success of any business. And when you are an entertainer, you are a business. One of my favorite quotes from Jay-Z was, "I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman." You are the business. And I try to embody that. So I plan to use my degree to expand myself as a business and kind of get my hands in some other pots. So, yeah, that's how I tie my degree into what I'm actually pursuing now.
That's dope, man. That's what's up, though. I really applaud you for that. I really do, man. Cause,
thank you so much.
A lot of people don't realize that. Hey, and I'm not saying that this is a knock to anybody that goes to school, but a lot of I went to school, and a lot of times it was a backup for them. Like, cause let's just be honest, this thing may not work out, and then I'm just being realistic with myself. It's like, okay, well, if I have something to back up on, at least I have this. But I think where you're coming from, and I strongly believe, is that you have such a good head on your shoulders that I think you'll prevail either way.
Thank you so much. And yes, school is not for everybody, so that's why I tell people, like, whichever route you choose, you can have street smarts that can get you further than a degree, or your degree can get you in some doors that you otherwise may not be able to get in. But I just feel like whatever's best for you, as long as you're going hard and believing in yourself, you can make it happen no matter what it is.
You're real about that. That's what it is right there, man. Growing up, man, so who is some of your inspirations, influences, like in music?
Oh, yes, I love this question. Because I don't like to categorize myself as just a singer. I'm an artist and a songwriter. I actually have a couple rap artists in here also. First and foremost, the holy grail in my book, Beyonce. I think she is one of the greatest entertainers and businesswomen of all time. And I'd also have to say Tina Turner, because her performing is and was captivating. She really knew how to move a crowd, like make you just be present in that moment. Also, I'd have to say Lil Wayne, metaphorically and lyrically, he is up there. He's one of those, Nicki Minaj also, her delivery, her pen game, her metaphor, same thing. So I have a little bit of OGs in there and newer artists, rappers, singers. My catalog is kind of, spread out, but just all the greats, the people who really give 110% to their craft, I have to say.
I like the fact that it's very diverse. And I feel like the most diverse people captures a more bigger umbrella, if you would make, you know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times, when we look at names like Tina Turner, Teddy Pendergrass, a lot of the newer generation guys are sampling a lot of the older music, because there's something about nostalgia that it makes it like, oh, I remember that, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's why we have a lot of imitations sometimes of the 90s or the 2000s, because I feel like that was an era, or even like even in the 80s and the 70s, I feel like back then it was just a more raw grittiness to it versus to today.
Yeah, I think it was raw emotion, raw talent. It was just, you were really seeing, like, they were giving you everything. And I feel like that's what pulled you in. Like, it's like, oh, through this music and stuff, like, I feel like I'm getting to know you, but through your art. So I love that. Everything about that era, the eras before me, I love all of that.
That's dope, man. That's dope. I want to talk about your songwriting. And I know, there's people who just write a song, but there's people who actually speak to the song. And I can tell by listening to your music that you actually speak to the song. And like when I'm hearing these words, I'm actually feeling the passion and whatever you're going into that project as. So how does a song, what is that process like of songwriting?
Oh, okay. Well, first I want to say thank you. It means a lot to me to know that my goal of making people feel me is, it's coming across right to the people who are listening to me. And songwriting, to me, it's all about songs are moments in time. It's your emotion, what you were feeling in, what was going through your head, and that's why I try to make music that's really my experiences, but I know people are going to feel because it's real life stuff. Nothing I'm talking about or saying is made up. I sit down, I hear a beat, I take myself to a specific moment in time, a specific feeling. I'm like, okay, we're going to get all this out. It's therapeutic. We're going to get all of this out on a beat and put it out, and people are going to love it because they see themselves in it a little bit because they've either been there or they know someone who has been there.
That's dope. I think that's a very straight and honest answer. I think that's one part of the honest answer I had all year, to be honest with you.
Oh wow.
Let me ask you this, and I don't know, this might be a more deeper question, but let me ask you this. And it's really a two-parter question. What is the difference between the songwriter Nikky and the performer Nikky, and how do they intertwine with each other?
Okay, that's a perfect question. I love that question. Okay, songwriting Nikky is very vulnerable. She's very transparent, and she knows that when I go in this booth, I have to let me be me. Just be transparent. Spit it out. What you have to say, what you're feeling. If you gotta cry. Whatever you have to do. But performing Nikky is Nikky Nicole. That's where my Untitled comes in, because it's like, she can't be stopped. She's out to the world, and she's going to make sure that the way that songwriter Nicole intended for this to come across, it's going to come across the same way. No matter how many times I perform it, who I'm performing in front of, whether it be 2 people or 2,000, I got to make sure that they feel what songwriting Nikky wanted them to feel. So that's where they kind of come together. But performing Nikky's a little more fierce, but songwriting Nikky is soft, and she's vulnerable, transparent, she's relatable, and I kind of try to mesh those two together anytime I perform.
I love that answer. Very dope. Very dope, man. So, before we get into your single, I wanted to ask you, man, like, how have you been throughout this whole year of this pandemic stuff? Like, how have you been holding up? How has that been for you on your end?
At the start of the pandemic, it was a little rocky for me because I was working like 40 hours a week on top of being in school, and get transferred on to online because of the pandemic. And I was kind of trying to find time for work, school, and my music. But as time went on, I felt like I did some soul searching during the pandemic, and I'm like, I have to do things that are fulfilling to me. So I kind of did some digging within myself. I quit my job on a whim, and I'm like, I'm going to give this 1,000% of me. That's what I've been doing, going hard. And the doors that have opened for me since have been insane. So it started off rocky, but on this side of the pandemic, I mean, it's been beautiful to see myself blossom into who I am now, who I'm still growing into. So, I know some people had very unfortunate experiences during this, and, I feel a lot of compassion for them. But I thank God that my experience was a lot different, and I actually am coming out of this better than I started off. So, yeah, that's kind of how I made it through the pandemic.
I love this, the evolution of Nikky, man. I love that, man. I love the fact that you took that leap of faith and you believed in yourself to say, hey, yo, like, I'm going to take matters into my own hands, and I'm just going to run with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like this was a perfect time for that. It was like the platform. I saw a lot of businesses kick off. A lot of people just really start working for themselves, and not just in the sense of running businesses, but catering to themselves and making sure that they were taking care of themselves. I feel like that was so important. throughout this entire thing. That was very important for me and really for everybody.
I think that, and you hit the hit on the note, man. I think a lot of people, this was a great time to reassess and say, hey, I don't need a necessarily 9 to 5 if I'm doing this, if I really want to pursue this or whatever. I think a lot of people did kind of what you did, took that leap of faith and said, hey, like it's that time. And it's been, you know, I know some people it's been hard for people, but I feel like also is that this has been the most creative time in I feel like in music history in a while.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, and I love it. I love the way things are going right now. I think we're seeing a lot of artists I really saw pop off during the pandemic, like people that were bubbling before, and now it's like, yes, they here, like they got their foot in the door. I love that for them, and I love that for myself too, because I feel that moment is here, and I'm just stepping more into it every day.
I just love your energy, man. I love it. So humbling and it's real, just chill, laid back, man. So let's talk about your song, man, Diamond Dances, or Diamond Dancings, I should say. Let's talk about that. How did that come about? Let's talk about it.
Okay. I actually wrote Diamond Dancing watching P-Valley, the show on Stars. I was watching it, and I was hearing a lot of new artists on there, and I literally muted the TV, and I still had the scene going in the back, you know, the girls dancing, and I got a beat, and I just started writing. And I'm like, okay, this has that P-Valley feel to it, you know. But like I said, I try to just take a moment and make songs moments, and that's how I stumbled upon Diamond Dancing.
So is there a video out for it yet, or are you in the process, or what's going on with that?
Yes, there is. I actually have the video shoot for Diamond Dancing tomorrow, so it is coming. We're shooting for the first week of May, but I'm very excited for the visual for that, because I've been getting a lot of positive feedback as far as the song goes, so I know a visual will only just turn that up another notch, so I'm very excited to share that with everyone.
Is this a project or EP, or is this you're just putting out the single?
No, this is off of a project. My projected release date is in July of this year. But the project is entitled Emotion, and it's just a range of emotions. But yeah, Diamond Dancing is one of my favorite singles off of that project by far.
Okay, that's dope. Production-wise, and I ask a lot of artists this because I think it's important that the sound of the song is there. Production-wise, if you could work with any producer, who would it be?
Oh my goodness. If I could work with any producer, well, I have to show love to my city, first of all, because we got some of the hottest producers in the game right now. I would have to say, in my number one spot right now would probably be either Jetson Made, Jetson Made another one, or Nico, baby. They're two of the hottest producers we have right now. And my producer, he's also from here. Rizzy made it. He made the beat for Diamond Dancing. So that's my top three. Right now, if it had to be someone right now, it would be one of them, and then I would expand from there, because you got to show love to the city first.
I like your outlook on that, because a lot of people have a look like, oh, okay, well, I got to get out of my city. My city is not supporting me and everything, but you're saying, hey, yo, man, like, you know, these are the people that I came up with, and I got to show love.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, these are our roots, you know what I'm saying? And why would you... These other cities are so popping because they've already established themselves. We got to start from around here. You know, the people that are making it from here, we got to work together. A lot of people, they are so blind to what's in front of them because they're looking so far ahead, when it's like, it's right here. Like, you got all this talent right here. Work with what you have in front of you first before you try to expand. Because some of our blessings are right in front of us, but we bypass them because they seem small to us. Like, when you think about what these dudes are doing right now, and they are from South Carolina, like, it's insane to me, and I'm very proud of them. Yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna start in the city first. This is my city. I love it. You know.
Yeah. You know what, and that's that business major coming in, because you see that, you know, South Carolina, and this is be real, it's not the biggest market, but it is an upcoming market. And I feel like we just, a lot of times we, you know, living in Chicago and in Houston, I think with the bigger cities is that they're already established. And so a lot of times we forget about these upcoming cities that, yes, they're going to come about in their own way, but we can't forget about what's in the city, what's in the talent, because there's so much talent within the city. You get what I'm saying? And I think we look so much at the bigger, I need to be on the biggest stage, that we forget that you could be the guy or the girl who makes that big stage in your own city, that foundation.
Exactly.
I like that.
I completely agree with that.
That's dope, man. And then I think, and this is one last note on that, is that I think a lot of people, in a sense, they don't want to be trailblazers in their own city. I would love to be a trailblazer in my own city versus to just another big person on the outskirts. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Right. You leave your mark on where you came from. You know, do you know how many people you could inspire, like when they see somebody from where I'm from did that? And, you know, the mindset here, it can be small at times, but that's from generations before us. But we are growing and evolving, you know. So I just want people to understand, like, you can make it from anywhere if you grinding. If you really putting that work in, you can make it from anywhere. Your grind will be recognized. You just gotta keep going and go hard. If you keep going, you gonna win eventually. You know, you only lose when you give up.
That's dope, man, Nikki. I really love your mindset, man. It's really on fire, man.
Thank you.
Well, before I let you go, I just got a couple more questions. Now, let me ask you this. If you could perform anywhere, where would it be at and why?
Oh, this is a great question. If I could perform anywhere right now, you know, I'd honestly have to say Rolling Loud. And I don't know why that's the answer, but I'm going to go with it because that's the first thing that came to my mind. So it's probably what I actually want to do. Rolling Loud, because from what I see, that energy is crazy. I feel like if you come with that energy, the crowd is gonna match that energy. So I'm gonna say Rolling Loud right now. That's what's on the top of my head. So I'm gonna roll with Rolling Loud.
How long has it been since you performed? Because we've been through this pandemic. So have you performed lately, or is that how's that the performance been going?
Oh, I really think my last full-on performance was CIAA weekend. So it's been a wow since I performed. But since I performed in front of a crowd, I will say that. But like I said, grinding is not just what people see. So a part of my grind has been making sure that I'm rehearsing and performance ready all the time. So, when I got to lock myself in and make myself run through a song a million times like I'm performing in front of a crowd, I'm already on it, been doing that. So when that moment comes, I don't have to get ready. I'm already ready. So since I performed in front of a crowd, it's been a minute. But since I performed this week, performed for myself, but like I was in front of a crowd. Just staying ready.
Conditioning yourself, man. So whenever you do hit it, you're ready to go, and it's just like you never skipped a beat. And I like that. Mm-hmm. Is that, and especially for me as a DJ, it's I haven't did a gig in about 6-8 months, and that's not regular for me. It's like I'm used to doing a gig every week, or every Friday, Saturday, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I had my first gig on this upcoming in about 2 weeks about May the 14th. So what I'm scared of is that a lot of these songs have of course they blew up by digital, but we don't know how these people are going to react to some of these songs. So it's very it's very important to condition yourself and kind of make sure that you're staying on your toes, because once you hit that crowd, that's a whole nother different energy.
Exactly. And I wish you the best of luck on that. But I mean, one thing I always say, if it's on you, if it's in you and not on you, you always ready. Whatever happens, you're gonna be able to roll with it because your success, I'm sure, did not come overnight. So it's already in you. So however it goes, you're gonna know how to move that crowd, and it's gonna go well. I'm wishing that on you right now. It's gonna go well. I'll go well for you.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So where can the people find you at, man? All your stalkers, your lovers, your supporters, where can the people find you at?
Yes, again, my name is Nikky Nicole by way of Columbia, South Carolina. You can find me on all social media platforms at Real Rich Nick. That's REAL Rich NIC. Real Rich Nick. And my TikTok is Nikky Nicole BTS, Nikky Nicole behind the scenes. Yes, sir.
I'll definitely follow you on TikTok. Well, I just don't know how to work TikTok, so I'll definitely I'll try to give my daughter the song. Hey, how you do this, But Instagram, I'm already following you. So.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you again for having me. I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, anytime, man. And don't be a stranger, man. You got some heat. Bring it my way, and we'll definitely get you going.
Of course. Thank you so much again. Chicago, Nikky Nicole, South Carolina, we out of here, baby.
Keep your radios locked to the hottest radio show on the airwaves. Chi-Town Urban Radio.